I feel honored to come to here among you, the Ananda Portland community. We are amazed to see the spiritual activities that are going on in Ananda everywhere. Before we had no idea about the spiritual atmosphere that I see here right from Ananda village. I heard many stories from my parents who had great privilege to be here twice and read many books and periodicals, magazines, but it is our first time to see the spiritual activities going on here with our own eyes. We feel very grateful to you that you have given me chance to say something about the early life of a great saint, Paramahansa Yogananda, because I heard many stories from my grandfather, who was a close companion of Guruji for many years, and from my father also, who met him for 1 year in 1935-36 when Guruji went to India. I like to say something about Guruji's early life and the house where our family, it's our ancestral house, 4 Godpar Road, Calcutta. Many of you might have visited that place. In that house we have been living 5 generations, right from Guruji's father to my daughters. That house bears testimony of Guruji's various sadhanas. I heard from my grandfather that he left no stone unturned to know the spiritual truth. So he tried many paths before he met Sri Yukteswar, his guru. This house is now 3-storied, but originally it was only 2-storied, 1st floor and 2nd floor. But on the 3rd floor there is a very little room, the attic, which Guruji selected for his sadhana and spent hours after hours meditating there. And many saints came to visit him and to meditate with him in that room. Originally that room had 3 windows and 1 door, though it is a very small room. Now the additional rooms have been constructed on either side of the room, so there is only 1 room, only 1 window and 1 door. That through that window, Guruji dropped his belongings to a friend when he planned to escape to the Himalaya. And all the time though he lived in that house, his mind and heart was always roaming in the Himalayas, along in the atmosphere of spiritualism and great saints there. So his eldest brother Ananta was very vigilant and very strict to him and had very vigilant eye so that Mukunda does not leave the house. I like to say something about Guruji's father, which I heard from my grandfather, that Guruji's father was a very saintly person and very honest and led a very simple lifestyle throughout his life. He used only 1 electric bulb in his room and it hung from the ceiling. It could be lowered when he used to read books sitting on his bed, and rest of the time it was pulled up. He liked fruits very much, especially grapes. He used to tie the grapes in one of the windows of the room, and all the children of the house, including my father, used to pluck them and used to take from there. Guruji's father was the direct disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya and spent many hours in practicing Kriya Yoga. He was a very high official in the railroad company, and the railroad company issued him a golden pass with which he could travel throughout undivided India. In those days, India was much bigger than what it is today, with Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar and all that. He could travel anywhere he liked, with any number of persons, any time. Though he was in a very responsible post, but never brought a single file to home to work out at home in the evening. I heard from my grandfather that he used to say, always erect a wall between the working place and home. Though he was very busy with his works and all that time the family was quite big, because he had 8 children, 4 sons and 4 daughters. He had very keen interest in each and every affair of the family, but mentally he was totally detached from the family. So when the day when his eldest son Ananta passed away in one of the rooms of that house, my grandfather went to Guruji's father's room and told that Ananta has passed away. He went out from his room, saw the body of Ananta, and went to back to his room and practiced Kriya, and went out to go to his working place as usual. And in his office, nobody came to know that this person has lost his son today. So mentally so detached he was. I heard from my grandfather that they lost their mother very early, but they could not feel it because Guruji's father had so much keen interest in the family affairs. Guruji's father knew many herbal medicines and used to prepare with his own hands. Whenever any member of the family fell ill, Guruji's father used to prepare herbal medicines with his own hands, and every time the patient was cured. Guruji's father had a good physique, but once he had to undergo an operation of hernia. It took place in our house. The surgeon was a very famous, most renowned in Calcutta, Dr. Panchanan Chatterjee. He was brought to our house for the operation and everything was ready. But Guruji's father told, I need no anesthesia. So the surgeon was stunned to know that how it is possible without anesthesia. Well, yes, I will do Kriya, and when I tell you, you can operate me. So the operation was done without anesthesia, and my grandfather used to say that after the operation it was over, that surgeon with folded hands told that I have operated hundreds of patients in my life, but it is for the first time I experience I operate a patient without anesthesia. About Guruji's mother, I like to say that many devotees don't know that Guruji's mother came from a very rich family, very wealthy family they had. Guruji's mother's father had a palace about 30 miles from Calcutta. It was situated in a semi-rural areas. In that palace, there were 100 crystal chandeliers made by Osler Company, and very fine furniture of Lazarus Company, all were brought from England And since that house is located in a rural area, those were brought to that house by bullock carts because there was no metal road in those days. But though Guruji's mother came from that rich, wealthy family, she was very simple in her lifestyle. Used to wear very ordinary saris and refused to wear ornaments. And she was a very pious and religious-minded lady. About Guruji's early life, I like to say that Guruji's father was a high official, so he was posted in several cities like Bareilly, Gorakhpur, Lahore, Chittagong, Rangoon and all that. When he was posted in Gorakhpur, Guruji was born. And in the same room of the same house, my grandfather also was born. So when my grandfather wrote the book Mejda, he went to Gorakhpur because to identify that particular house and the room, because other than him nobody knew the birthplace of Guruji and my grandfather. Guruji's father, whenever moved from one city to another, I heard from my grandfather that all the family, when entered the new house of the new city, all the children, including my grandfather, entering the house were in search of the places where they could play hide and seek. But Mukundo was always in search of a secluded corner of the house where he could make his altar, place the image of goddess Kali and worship. This was the difference between other children of the house and Mukundo. Guruji made a beautiful image of goddess Kali in his childhood, and when it was complete, he had to add hairs of goddess Kali. So Guruji and my grandfather ran behind a horse carriage to collect hairs from horse's tail and made that image complete. Wherever he used to go, he took with him that image. I like to say something about other incidents that took place in our house. On 25th of July 1918, Mahavatar Babaji came to our house. That day, Guruji was meditating from very early morning in his bedroom, seeking God's permission whether he would be able to go to the West for spreading the message of Kriya or not. He was longing for God's permission, and he described in the autobiography of a yogi that I so severely longing for God's permission that during noon it seemed that my brain would split. At that very moment he heard a knocking sound at one of the two doors of that room. When Guruji opened it, he found a man standing outside the room in the vestibule with very short clothing. But Guruji recognized him as Babaji. And Babaji also told, yes, I am Babaji. So Guruji was overwhelmed with joy and requested him to come in and sit. Babaji entered the room, closed the room door behind, but refused to sit. By gesture he told, I will talk with you while standing. That time Babaji told many stories about Guruji's life and told, it is me who sent you to your Guru. And he told that Divine Mother has listened to your prayer. go to the west. Very boldly he told, go to the west, don't fear, because you will be protected. Divine Mother will look after you. Spread the message of Kriya Yoga there. And uttered a few prophecies which Guruji never revealed, kept secret throughout his life. And told one day you will see Kriya Yoga will spread throughout the world and there will be harmony between nations. And while leaving, Babaji told, now I am leaving, but don't try to follow me because you won't be able to do so. Still Guruji was going to follow him, saying, please take with me, don't leave me alone. Guruji's feet were stuck to the floor and he could not move. He wrote in the autobiography that my feet were firmly rooted to the floor and I could not move. Babaji went out the threshold and from outside he showed his blessings and went away. So every year on 25th of July, hundreds of devotees come and gather to our house to commemorate that day by singing devotional songs and other things. About Sri Yukteswar, I like to say something which I heard from my grandfather and father, that Sri Yukteswar had a very great personality. It was not possible for general people to come in front and talk with him looking at his eyes. So great personality he had. He was considered to be the lion of Bengal, or sometimes tiger also. My father also used to say that he was very strict to his disciples, but very loving to children. Whenever he used to come to our house, entering the house from entrance, he used to shout and call all the children of the house, including my father, and distributed lozenges, toffees and sweets. He used to come to our house once in every month from Srirampur, even after Guruji left for America, just to meet Guruji's father because they were brother disciples. Sri Yukteswar asked my grandfather so that he can request his father to buy a motorbike with a sidecar. In India it is on the left. So my grandfather requested his father, and Guruji's father bought a motorcycle. So my grandfather used to go to Srirampur to bring Sri Yukteswar home once in every month. I heard from my grandfather that Sri Yukteswar did not hesitate to speak the truth in front of others. So when he was sitting in his hermitage in Srirampur, surrounded by many of his disciples, in the meantime one man entered the room and fell on his feet, saying, Guruji, please accept me as your disciple. I am a very pure-hearted man and never done any wrong in my life, never went to any bad places or something like that. Immediately Sri Yukteswar told, oh, is it? You went to such and such places. You did so and so bad things in front of others. So immediately that man left the room. So all the men scared to go in front of him. And many stories I heard. Guruji acquired many miracle powers from his childhood, though he refused to show them. Just for fun, he showed something to my grandfather when they were little boys. So one day, both the brothers were going out for some purchase. When they reached the entrance of our house, suddenly Guruji told my grandfather, Gora, his nickname was Gora, as he was born in Gorakhpur. Gora, I have to do something upstairs. Within 2 minutes, I will be coming back. Don't go away. Saying he held my grandfather's hand and stuck it to the wall. And I heard from my grandfather that he's tried his best to detach it from the wall, but he failed. Seeing him standing like this, one of his friends was passing along the road. He asked, "What happened to you? You are standing like this?" My grandfather told that Mejda, that is, Guruji has stuck my hand there. So he also tried his best to detach, but he also failed. Within 1 minute, Guruji came down and told, "Oh, I think your hand is stuck there. No problem, come with me." Saying he just went out. So when Guruji's father came to know that Mukunda has showed something like this, he was quite angry with Mukunda and told, "It is not your power, it is God's power. Never misuse it." So Guruji did not like to show it to others. Another incident I like to share with you. Before my father's birth, my father was born in 1920. 2 years before that, in 1918, my grandmother had another son child. As soon as he was born, that time Guruji was taking bath in the courtyard of our house in Indian style, pouring water full of bucket on his head. When the son was born to my grandmother, some elderly members of our family, lady member, rushed to Mukunda and told, "Have you heard the news that Sananda is now the father of a son? Are you not happy?" But Mukunda told, "Yes, but this child will not survive." So that elderly member of the family was quite angry with Mukunda. He told, "Why are you uttering such inauspicious words? Are you sure this child will not survive?" Guruji told, "Yes, I am. But don't worry, within 2 years, another son will born to her, and he will live long. I will give a bangle to wear, and he will live long." That was my father, who was born in 1920. So many stories I heard, and we will be very happy if you come to our, who haven't come to our house, please come someday, and who have come, we will be very happy to receive you again to this house. And now we live there, 2 of us, sometimes our daughters. So my wife looks after the house. She has much experience because she most of the time she meets the devotees who ever come to our house, and heard many stories from my father and from devotees. She can share.
Thank you. It's a great joy for me. I'm getting the chance to share with you some stories that I heard from my father-in-law. Though it is my law's house and it's my totally arranged marriage, I did not know this family before my marriage. But I was a very great devotee of Divine Mother. Every day I did puja of Divine Mother. And from my childhood time, when I was only 10 years old, I asked my father to buy a Divine Mother small photo so I can keep that Divine Mother's photo under my pillow. And every day at bedtime, night, I talk to Divine Mother. Just like as my mother, I shared so many that whatever incident whole day happened with me, I shared with Divine Mother. And I never thought that Divine Mother is not so friendly, so near to me. But always I think, no, she is always beside me. She is always with me. So when I became adult, and that my marriage time, my father was searching a boy just like Somnath. So I heard that before my marriage, it was my only prayer to Divine Mother, Ma, after my marriage, I want to go to that house where you will be present every time. I want to see you in that house, because it was in my thought, it is my dream that maybe that in that house I will see a big temple of Divine Mother, and whenever I will get chance, I will be sit in front of Divine Mother and will get chance to talk Divine Mother. So after, and when it was it's arranged marriage, I heard from my father that it is a yogi's house. But who was he? I did not read Guruji's any book, and I did not know nothing about Guruji. That time I was only 20 years old. And after my marriage, when I came Guruji's house, I was very much depressed, offended. Where is Divine Mother's temple? I did not see nothing there. It was in my mind there will be a big image. So I was very much depressed, but after a few days later, gradually understand, no, Divine Mother is not so cruel to me. Ma, listen my prayer. Yes, really. Yogananda, he is no one. He was Divine Mother's son. Ma sent her son to this earth just to show us God's path, just to Master Guruji came in this earth to human beings to this super energy. Only one Guru, he has this super power. Only he can attached with human beings with a energy, this energy. Directly we cannot reach to this energy. So that's for Master came in this world, and he faced so much trouble. But we are so much blessed that we get this Guru as our Guru, loving Guru, and he is always always with us. So I heard many stories from Guruji, from my father-in-law, that most of the story about Guruji's boyhood time in the book Mezda, but that I heard when Guruji came back in India in 1935. What was happened? 1 year my father-in-law, he was Guruji's accompany with he, and so many miracle incident happened in front of my father-in-law. One day I want to share with you some stories. That is, one day Guruji called. Before that I want to share that, when Guruji's parents, they went to Lahiri Mahashai, their Guru, to see Lahiri Mahashai, Guruji's mother, that baby you are carrying, one day he is a great yogi, he is an avatar, he is coming. So, and one day he will show whole worlds to God's path. And it was really happened. I heard from my father-in-law that that time many of places of India there was no electricity. And that room, Uttar Pradesh, it is in Gorakhpur, is in Uttar Pradesh, there was also no electricity at that room where Guruji was born. But at the time of Guruji's birth, whole room was enlightened with God. So then their parents remember Lahiri Mahashai's word, so they bow down to the newborn baby, and as an avatar they bow down to newborn baby. So in this way, spontaneously many incidents happened, and when 1935 Guruji came back in India, my father-in-law, he accompanied with Guruji many trips. I want to share with you that one incident happened. It is in Gangasagar. Gangasagar means river, it is very close to Kolkata. Gangasagar means river Ganges met with sea. And the other part of the river, there is Kapil Muni's ashram. He was a very powerful saint. So it's a very famous pilgrimage spot also. So when Guruji went to India, Kolkata, Guruji also went there with his some family members. means my father-in-law, Anantalal's daughter, Vishnu's wife, Guruji's boyhood friend Tulsi Bose's wife, and another two ladies of our they are our relative. So if you go to Ganga Sagar, you have to cross the river Ganga, and because other part of the river there is Kapil Muni's ashram. When they were sailing on the boat of river Ganga and they reached the middle point of river, suddenly a big storm arose. So the boat was undulating, and you know river Ganges met with sea. That's why the name of the place is Ganga Sagar. Sagar is sea. And the meeting point is very broad, just like a sea, and there is also underground current. It's a very dangerous point. Suddenly a big storm arose, so the boat was undulating, and water was coming into the boat, and gradually it was sinking. With Guruji, they were Guruji's relatives, but the boat was very big, so other passengers also were there. They were scared very much. They thought anytime the boat will sink. This is a very dangerous point. Also there is a heavy storm and boat was undulating, though they were scared very much. So suddenly they noticed a saffron colored dressed man, sannyasi, means Guruji. Actually they had no idea who was he. You know, we have a faith of sannyasi, a saffron colored dressed man. They are in God's path, maybe they have good connection with God, so they have maybe superpower. So that's why when they saw Guruji as a sannyasi, they just came to Guruji and requested to Guruji, you see it's a heavy storm and water is coming into the boat, and we are very much sure that any time the boat will sink. But you are a sannyasi, as a sannyasi you do something to save our life. So I heard from my father-in-law, Guruji told all the passengers, okay, all of you seated quietly and pray to God. I will also pray to God to save all of your life. So then when Guruji closed his eyes and Guruji was praying to God, within a few minutes the storm disappeared. So then river became calm. So boat also uplifted. So that's why, in this way Guruji saved all the passengers' life. And I know when I heard the story, it was in my mind, yes, obviously it will be happen because Guruji was no one. He was Divine Mother's son. Only once Guruji just closed his eyes and Guruji asked his mother, Ma, just stop the storm and save all the passengers' life. Then and there, Guruji got the answer, and all the passengers there became also very much surprised. And simultaneously one incident happened. The captain of that ship, he was a Muslim person. He was observing everything from far. He saw a Hindu sannyasi, it's a heavy storm, and he was also very much sure that boat will sink. So when he saw a Hindu sannyasi just closed his eyes, and within a few minutes he stopped that heavy storm and saved all the passengers' life. I heard from my father-in-law that he was a very fatty man. So then he ran very fast, came to Guruji and get down to Guruji's feet and touched Guruji's feet and told, you are a very special one. You stopped it to stop this heavy storm. Now you please save my life, my job also, because I have an acute throat problem. And I showed many doctors, but I did not cure. But my job is to commence my juniors loudly. If I cannot speak at all, so one day I lose my job. So please do something, please save my life. So that he was a very fatty man. Very fast he came and suddenly get down to Guruji's feet. To stop him, Guruji told, okay, you will be all right. So it was enough for him. Then Guruji other part of the river, because that's why Guruji went there, Kapil Muni's ashram. And next day morning when Guruji was returning, that was the same boat. Then Guruji showed my father-in-law, his nickname was Hare Krishna, whose name was Hare Krishna. As an uncle and nephew relation, Guruji was calling as his nickname, Hare Krishna, you see how loudly he is commanding. Last night that person told I will lose my job, so it's an acute throat problem. But next day he became totally cured. And he was commanding also loudly. Then that person also saw Guruji, then he also came to Guruji and told, you see, for your blessings I became totally cured and I am commanding loudly also. So in this way, spontaneously many incidents happen. You don't know how, as a human being, how was Guruji. Guruji actually in our life, maybe Guruji's physical form, he is not present with us, but invisibly he is always with us. So always we feel Guruji's love, blessings, care in our daily life. So when Guruji was existing, when Guruji was in a human being, he was very loving, very humorous person. I heard a story also from my father-in-law. One day Guruji, my father-in-law, was invited in a relative's house. And that time at the dining table they served very delicious, so many delicious foods. And in those foods they served a very delicious sweet. And my father-in-law kept this delicious sweet aside of the dish because he thought, I will take it at the last time, I will take it, because it was a very delicious. So Guruji noticed that Harekeshto kept that sweet aside. So my father-in-law's, one of my father-in-law, here is Guruji, my father-in-law, and another side of my father-in-law, his friend was sitting. So Guruji noticed that Harekeshto kept it aside, and once my father-in-law was very busy to talk with his friend, so Guruji just took this sweet and Guruji hid this sweet. So very humorous. So my father-in-law suddenly noticed his dish and saw, where is the delicious sweet that I kept aside? So he looked at Guruji's face, and Guruji seriously, that nothing was happened. Guruji was taking seriously food. So my father-in-law thought, no, it's not fair to ask my uncle. So let it be go. So then again he started to eat. Again he was busy to talk with his friend. So then Guruji just returned this sweet to his plate again. Then my father-in-law looked at Guruji, because then he was sure that it is my uncle, uncles did it. So then he was looking at Guruji, then Guruji was laughing to my father-in-law. In this way, not that I am a very great yogi, I am a very spiritually inclined person, I will be always serious, always I will be busy to talk about God. Not only that, Guruji knew how to balance with yogi's life and family's life. That's why when Guruji came back to India, Guruji bought so many gifts for ladies and gents also. Guruji gifted a very beautiful 3-diamond setting of platinum. Guruji gifted to my grandmother-in-law. My grandmother-in-law gifted to my mother-in-law. Then it is, I got it. So I'm blessed and fortunate. And when I think that really he was not only he was a great yogi and sannyasi, I am not bothered about my family. He was not at all, he was not like that. He took all the family members to watch the movie also. And my father-in-law's sister, he was 3 years old when Guruji went back to India. And Guruji had a big belly. Guruji kept her on Guruji's belly to move here and there. This is your place. So Guruji kept her. Guruji's niece, means she was Guruji's niece. So in this way we can know that how humorous, how lovely he was, how lovingly he was. And one more incident I want to share with you, because you have short time. One day Guruji called my father-in-law, one of Guruji's friend, Guruji's youngest sister, and my grandmother-in-law, means Sanandalal's wife, inside the attic and told, today I want to show you Lord Krishna's halo. Guruji is so close to Lord Krishna, so that's why it was possible for Guruji to say that today I will show you Lord Krishna's halo. So my father-in-law also went to the attic. Guruji called all of them, 4 of them. So, but my father-in-law, he was only 15 years boy. He did not take it seriously. He wanted to come out from the attic. Guruji told, no, Harekeshto, you don't go, you sit here. But he did not close his eyes. Guruji told, all of you close your eyes. All of you pray to Lord Krishna. I will also pray to Lord Krishna, because I want to show you God, that halo of Lord Krishna. My father-in-law also did not close his eyes. He was observing everyone's face. When his mother, Guruji's friend and Guruji's youngest sister was meditating, Guruji was meditating also to Lord Krishna. And he was observing everyone's face. Suddenly, after a few minutes later, he observed that his mother's face became very happy, very gracious. Then he asked, what happened? What did you see? He told, I saw that ring of that light, that halo of Lord Krishna. And through that light, 4 gurus was passing. Mohabatar Babaji, Lahiri Moshai, Yukteswar Ji, Guruji himself, inside that Lord Krishna's halo. Also I heard from very old devotee of Guruji, I think you heard his name, he is Bhaktananda. It was many times happened with Bhaktananda ji. Sometimes he saw Guruji sitting, sometimes he saw instead of Guruji just a bright light. No one is there. Then after a few minutes later, he saw Guruji sitting. Many times in pilgrimage, we went there and joined convocation. After pilgrimage trip, they showed many Guruji's movie, and there Bhaktanandaji, he shared his own experience. It was many times it was happened with Bhaktanandaji. And I also heard that when Guruji was in Encinitas ashram, Guruji wrote a very nice poem, when I will be not here, only love can take my place. When there was so many children in Encinitas ashram, so when they read that poem, all the children, they started to cry to think that one day Guruji will be not with us. So what will happen with us? Then elderly nun, she noticed, when she complained to Guruji, all the children are crying to read your poem. Then Guruji called all the children to the Encinitas garden, and I think most of you be there. So Encinitas is just cliff of Pacific Ocean. So and garden also just cliff of Pacific Ocean, and this is a very nice view. So Guruji called all the children there, and Guruji was explaining Guru's love. Guruji told, this is human's life. I have to live this life, this body, but never think that I will leave you. Guru never leaves his follower, his disciples. When Guruji was explaining about Guru's love, suddenly Guruji noticed a light, a ball of light over the Pacific Ocean, and with the waves that ball came just of this garden and formed Yukteswar Ji. Guruji only could see Yukteswar Ji, because to accompany with Guru, yes, I am your Guru, yes, I am also always with you. When Guruji was explaining about Guru's love, Guru's care, maybe this is human life. I have to live this life, but invisibly I will be always with you. Guru never leaves his follower, never his disciples. So then his Guru was appeared there to accompany with Guruji. Yes, I am also with you. So in this way, many incidents happen, and I think all of you have also your own experiences. So it's time also over. So I am very blessed to be here and get chance to share that I heard from my father-in-law. And when I came, when I was 20 years old, 1980, I got married, and I came in this house, and lots of miracle incident. Every step of my life I face, I get Guruji's presence, Guruji's blessings, Guruji's love. I am very much, I am also know that Guruji is very much alive, and always he is with us. So just pray to Guruji, Guruji, please bless us. We are your poor child. We need your help, your love, your care. Please be always with us. Jai Guru, Jai. God bless you. Guruji bless you all.
He was 15 years
15.
old. He was born in 1920, so he was 15. And you see the picture, Guruji standing with stick with a group. That happened in Ganga Sagar that she narrated. And at the right of the picture is my father standing, wearing dhuti. He was 15 years old and he took the photograph keeping the camera on tripod with self-timer. And in those days there was no focusing, autofocus. So Guruji asked my father, guess what is the distance between the camera and me, and to set the focusing. So that picture was taken at that time. Another thing I like to share with you that Guruji had a very good physique. The time permits. Guruji has very good physique. Is it working? Okay. Guruji has very good physique and very rarely fell ill, hardly. And he was a very good runner. My grandfather also had very good physique. And I heard from my grandfather that in every competition, either Guruji or my grandfather stood first, or he is second, like that. So every year on the prize distribution ceremony day of the school or college they had to go to the school with very big basket with servant to bring cups, medals, shields. They won every time. And Guruji was a very good wrestler also. He knew many techniques. As a matter of fact, there is a school very close to our house. Every early morning, both the brothers used to go to that school to practice wrestling with the sentries of that school. They were very strong men. Guruji used to spade the ground and practice wrestling. And within a few weeks, he came to know many techniques to throw the opponent to the ground. So the sentries of the school are amazed how Mukunda has learned all these things. And another incident I like to share about Swami Kebalananda. He was a direct disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya. Guruji's father appointed him as Sanskrit tutor for Guruji. But Guruji's father did not know that he was also a direct disciple of Lahiri Mahasaya. He was called as Shastri Mahasaya, means a great scholar. In the attic, he used to teach Guruji Sanskrit. But within a few weeks, instead of teaching Sanskrit, he started Kriya Yoga to him. And after a few months, when Guruji's father came to know that Mukunda has learned a lot about Kriya, he asked, from whom have you learned all these things? So Guruji told, Kebalanandaji has taught me. Then Guruji's father came to know that he was his brother disciple. So thank you very much. We are overwhelmed with joy to come to Ananda. I met Swamiji many times in the 50s, in the 60s. Whenever he came to, that time he most used to live in North India mainly. Whenever he came to Calcutta, he used to come to our house to meet my grandfather and used to talk with him hours after hours. We were little child then. He was very laughing.
For Swamiji,
yes,
many times.
Many times.
It's my great blessings because
even just 2 months before his passing, he came to our house and spent more than 2 hours, and always in a smiling face. Yes. And she cooked for her.
I also cooked some snacks, and I thought Swamiji is not so well, maybe he will not take much. So, but Swamiji liked so much. Swamiji finished all the food. Devi, Jyotish, they were also present that time, and Swamiji was very happy, very overwhelmed. Every time, whenever when Swamiji came to Master's house, every time Swamiji used to tell, "This is my Master's house. I am very happy to be here. This is my Guru's house." Really, so much devotion, so much love we saw in Swamiji. That's why it is possible for Swamiji to build a big community, Ananda community.
The spiritual heaven
Spiritual
we see
heaven,
everywhere.
Really.
And you are so devoted. You have so great heart. We are amazed to see. It's a privilege to be here. Thank you very much.
Okay. Jai Guru. Jai Guru. Jai Guru.
Stay just a moment.
Some gifts for you.
Oh, so lovely. Also here, this is also our experience. So much love, so much joy and devotion in your Ananda community to everyone, each and everyone. It's also, you can also say something about their love and joy. Really, it's very rare. It's very rare.
Through Swamiji, through you, thank you for keeping it open. Thank you for sharing the light. Can we stand?
Great experience.
And offer
Yes.
our love and gratitude.